that's not the hard part. The hard part is grasping that the order of strategy is really what I feel differentiates me from other people. That may not be true, and it may not be true for each person. Whatever they see that what I do may be different for them. That's important to them. But for me, as I watch other practitioners, as I listen to how people think or practice, I realize that they aren't seeing that our job is to manipulate the chi in a way that makes the most sense. And I always talk about it. It's the little puzzle game when we were kids that has one square missing, and it's a picture, but it's all scrambled. And you have to move all the pieces to get it there. And to know how to do that in a way that you end up with a successful treatment is really what I feel is worth studying from me. The techniques, okay, you see it, but you have to practice it, right? I can't that, but being like, oh, that's how you change this. And I don't know what year it was. Years ago, it was all the, I really mark everything as the pre-COVID years and the post-COVID years in terms of the teaching changed quite a bit with that time, not because of COVID, just that was the marker of shifting. But I used to, at one seminar, what we did is we treated several different conditions, treating the exact same points, just in different orders to accomplish different flows of chi, to dislodge people from thinking that there's a point for a protocol. Like, oh, you need this point to treat this illness and that point. Actually, we're about to treat 3 or 4 different things, all the exact same points, but our strategy is different. How we're going to move the chi is different, so we'll end up with a different result. Why did I start here and not here first? Because otherwise I do this and that doesn't have somewhere to go the same way I talked about Tianshu here. And the reason is for you mentioned that pressing on your Tianshu, and that area was what was the most tender or lit up to the back. So starting there and not giving it anywhere to go may have been very intense or counterproductive. So let's just assume that in your non-acute chronic condition, which is annoying, that's the most acute area, and therefore I wouldn't start there. All right, so the more acute something is, the less I'm going to be there. Now, a distal needle from here, when it's non-acute that far, would hide this. Later on, we wouldn't have any sensations for an hour or two because I made your chi move. But a distal needle above, around, coming to would be helpful. So I wouldn't want to start where you know where it is, because the repercussions of where it spreads to may go, and cause you to do that versus to be like, and then it relaxes and moves. So I want to let this go, allow things to have some sort of relaxation and movement, and then go. But if the problem had been here and you'd been like, I feel it very stuck in my zhong in the Chinese, they say that, then I wouldn't go straight in unless it was mild and I was just going to do it like a DZA and get in there. But you'll notice for a DZA, if something is very tender, I'll have done a lot of Tui Shou first in cloud hands, Yun Shou, before going straight in to do that. So it's just a question of, does it make sense to go to the spot they feel the most right away? And to have done this first, if this was intense and it had nowhere to go, would suck. I'd have done something down here and then done that. That's why we do Lanman and then Genli and then down here to give it all a place to go.